Okay, let's add 5-year return. Do you want me to change the weighting here?
You might just leave it as it is. This isn't the default weighting, but if you turn off year to date and 3 months, if you just turn them off, click on the name and it'll turn them off. This is the return side on the default screen that immediately shows up. You will get a 1, 3, and 5-year return, although this is weighted a little bit more heavily toward the shorter periods, the way we've done it here. You'll see a much more conservative weighting in the default screen. I wouldn't say much more conservative, but it'll be a more conservative weighting with heavier weight on the 5-year and 3-year than the 1-year.
That's what that's what we have here, right? Is that what we've done, is heavier weight on the 5-year now?
Yeah, but it's even heavier still on the default screen.
Oh, okay.
When it comes up. This is my point.
Yeah.
You'll see it heavier. Now, you can change this in any way you want, but we're starting with a default like that because what it does is you need to understand that 1-year return is 20% of the 5-year average annual return. And 1-year return is a full third of the 3-year average annual return. So even though there's only 10% of the weight on 1-year return, and you've got 30% on 3-year, 10% of that 30% is due to that first year. So you can add that over to there, that's 20% effect. And on 60, you'll have 5 years. Well, 1 year out of 5 is 12% of that 60. So the real influence of 1-year return weighted like this is actually 32%. Now that's not shown. That's part of the inner lore of understanding Rita. But if you weight it like that, just know that 1 year is 20% of 5 years and a full third of 3 years. And it's 100% of itself. So when you want to find the degree of influence of 1 year, the most recent year, that's what you need to keep in mind.
So this number is quite large compared to this number. I'm guessing that the time in between here that brought this 3-year average down included the market during COVID going down.
Right. That's exactly right. This is 2020. 1-year return was essentially the first 2 months of 2024 plus 10 months of 2023. And that was a strong up year. 2022 was a down year, and the losses in that year brought this average return for 1 year down to this for 3. You're absolutely right. There was a strong down year in there that dampened the returns over that entire 3-year period. And it flattened them for 5 years as well. 2022 was a part of 5 years. 2022 was a full third of 3-year average annual return. And just like the last year was 12% of the 60, that's a full 20% of 1 year is 20% of that. 2022 was a down year that affected 5-year return as well.